So what is the current status of the circular economy in their cities? But most importantly, they can also see which tested circular solutions are most suitable to achieve circularity together with the climate goals.
So the Circle Lab for Cities program aims to provide every city with the instruments that they need to get started on their circular development journey. It's a joint effort between ICLEI, Circle Economy, Metabolic, and the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, and it aims to provide the methodologies and digital tools to support action planning in every city around the world.
Well, I am excited to hear more about it, and I'm really pleased now that we can say that we're being joined by Claudia from Circular Economy and Charis from ICLEI on the show. Welcome, Claudia. Welcome, Charis. Claudia, one thing that was created as part of this project, and I've practiced trying to say this name correctly, and I apologise for saying it incorrectly, so please repronunciate it. The Gambate tools. Can you briefly tell us what that is?
You did a pretty good job. And hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting us here. I am a city strategist. So at Sarah, I work with cities at Circle Economy. And for those who don't know us yet, we are an impact-driven foundation based in Amsterdam, where I'm calling from. The aim of Circular Economy is to accelerate the transition to a circular economy worldwide. And to do this, our cities team has worked with over 40 cities globally, both small and big. Some of the cities we've worked with were mentioned before, Toronto, Amsterdam. And while working with all these cities, there is one thing that became clear. A city's journey towards circularity is very complex, and city officials often do not know where to start. And besides this, there are over 10,000 cities globally and a limited amount of experts and resources to help them in this transition. This is why we created Gambate. The free digital tool that we're presenting today is a tool that is accessible to everyone online. And the name actually refers to a Japanese saying that calls for action. So this is exactly what we want, is for cities to act. So people working with city, but also city practitioners like myself, can access this tool and learn about what the circular economy is and what it can do for cities. They can explore data on materials, emissions, jobs, to see what is their baseline. So what is the current status of the circular economy in their cities. But most importantly, they can also see which tested circular solutions are most suitable to achieve circularity together with the climate goals. And this tool, for a bit of history, came to life because although we do work with many cities, we are a foundation based in Amsterdam and we cannot reach them all. So now, thanks to this tool, we do have data for over 6,000 cities. And like this, we do hope that from now on, we can achieve a greater impact and bring the circular economy globally.
Charis, could you maybe talk to us about how Gambate and the Circular City Actions Framework from ICLEI come together?
Sure. First of all, thank you very much for the question and inviting us to the show. So the Solutions Explorer on Ganbatte is guided by the Circular City Actions Framework, which is a set of 5 complementary strategies and 15 sub-strategies that can be applied by cities worldwide and across different sectors to work towards a more circular system. We call these 5 strategies the 5 Rs, which are rethink, regenerate, reduce, reuse, and recover. I think you might be familiar with other approaches that center around Rs. I think it's quite a popular concept. But what really sets this framework apart is that the strategies were developed to be applicable systematically to all production, consumption, and waste management processes in the city. They address the different roles that local and regional governments can play, from public service delivery and to cooperation with local stakeholders, asset management, urban planning, and regulation. And these are most effective when implemented in parallel. So to give you a flavor of the framework, we start with the strategy rethink. And this strategy is really about redesigning the system to lay the groundwork for circular interventions. As you may know, most of our economy is still following the linear economic model of take, make, waste. And breaking through this linearity requires a holistic, system-wide view to put in the right incentives and enable circular practices, as well as fostering synergies across sectors so that cities can ensure that different city departments and initiatives are working towards the same goal. So we also stress the need to work in harmony with nature, which is what the second strategy, regenerate, is all about. So we need to check that our production systems give back to nature and ensure that natural ecosystems can thrive. And this includes, first and foremost, the protection and restoration of natural ecosystems, as well as the adoption of solutions inspired by nature and the prioritization of renewable resources. So I will not go into detail to the other strategies, but essentially they follow a hierarchy to ensure that the resources are kept in the loop for longer and waste is eliminated.
Yeah,
And that feels like a very timely moment to almost look beyond the initial tools that we're exploring there with Claudia and with Charis, and bring in Jorrit and Laura, Jorrit from Metabolic and Laura from Circle Economy. And welcome both to the Circle Economy show. Laura, I wonder if we could start with you. From what I understand, this is just that what we sort of explored a bit in that video, and with Claudia, is just the beginning of Gambate World. I'll be able to say it properly before the end of the show. Gambate World. So can you tell us a little bit about the wider context in which it sits?
Definitely, I can. And thanks for inviting us here. And it's so nice also to see Fabi, who was a part of our pilot program here in the show. I'm Laura. I'm the program manager of Circle Lab for Cities and digital lead at Circle Economy. And we realized the same problem you were just having with Fabi, like the inability to talk to each other directly, is something that we're going to face all across the world with the kind of ambitions we have. Because we're trying to change and really transition the circular economy, or bring the circular economy to the world. But we're facing a lot of challenges in doing that. Different languages, different contexts, different types of cities. But we have great ambitions to reach all of them. So our digital team at Circle Economy is from all over the world. We're from Tahiti, Mauritius, the US, Holland, and we will not stop until we reach all of the nations and all of the cities out there, and as well as all of the businesses with the right insights and digital tools to help transition. So for cities that we've reached with Gambate World, because it's especially focused on cities that are just getting started with circular economy, and cities that want to move ahead, we've developed assessments for them to find out the lowest hanging fruit in terms of policies, training, and the circular strategies that they can use to really become fully circular. And similar to that, we'll work on different tools for nations and for businesses as well to move ahead. So on gambate.world, you can find links to actually sign up and continue the journey for your city and really move to reach the climate goals together.